So Ayo Frankie asked me for a room tour, so shout out to Frankie. Starting at my game and movie shelf. I consider this part of my collection because I do have a lot of older games and stuff. I got my Blu-rays down there and more Xbox One games. And then we have the original Street Sharks and Biker Mice. Down here, DVDs, shows and all that stuff, movies, Smallville, and then Supernatural. That's my favorite show. Good Mythical Morning stuff. I do have some more. It's just not all together. And then another stack of movies over there. And then we have my Marvel vs. Capcom shelf so far. Just added Blanca. Sagat. Hopefully I can get him like next week. He's in my pile of loot. I gotta figure out how to swing that when I get paid. But yeah, I really like this shelf. This is my work in progress for the year because we all know there's so much NBC stuff coming out this year. And then we've got the updated Street Sharks and Biker Mice. So those are Mattel, those are Nacelle. And then I've got Earthworm Jim back there. And we got some Smash Brothers stuff with Mario and Sonic from Jax. And then we've got the Blockies Pokemon up front, which Wave 2 is announced. Pretty cool. And then Bowser's over there because you don't really fit on the shelf. And for this, we'll go from the bottom to the top. Starting at the bottom, we've got mostly NECA TMNT from the movies. I do have some cartoon stuff left over. I've got, Splinter and the Turtles, April and Casey. And I've got the Lightning Collection Ninja Turtles. I've got the Batman vs. TMNT Turtles, IDW Turtles from Best Action, and, sorry, it's a little dark down there, but yeah, I did get rid of a lot of Turtle stuff, and I think I'm happy with what I have now. And we're going on to G.I. Joe and Action Force and Monster Force. I just play them all together because they're all in the same theme. Just added Darklon. This is my Cobra Bad Guys shelf. Obviously, there's some Monster Force and Falaverse. Pandora. Great figure. I really like this Pandora. And then I've got both of the twins on a Cobra Coil figure that works out perfectly for them. Next shelf up is the Joes with more Monster Force stuff. We've got the original Breaker with his Ram. Pork chop sandwiches. Duke. Snake Eyes, custom Snake Eyes. I kit bashed them and made them the best Snake Eyes that I wanted. Timber, Scarlet. My new Cover Girl is coming as well, so she's going to get replaced. Got Roadblock. Yeah, there's Monster Force right there. Some Action Force Falaverse. Not my biggest shelf, but I do like me some Joes sometimes. I have a lot of stuff, y'all. Lightning Collection. This is my bad guy shelf. So, all the bad guys, because they would not fit with the Rangers. There's no way. So we got a lot of them. He's kind of falling forward. That guy's got... Some of these monsters are hard to stand, but I have them all anyway because it's Power Rangers. And then this is way better than the crap Playmates is revealing. Playmate stuff looks so bad. Halfway through, and I switched to the camcorder because it just was taking forever to email the files. But continuing, we've got my Power Rangers Lightning Collection shelf. Screw the Playmate stuff. It all looks terrible. All these teams are mostly complete except for, obviously Dino Fury and Turbo because Hasbro never finished that. In fact, their last wave had Turbo Red and then they completely canceled the line. So that was a shame. But we got Dino Thunder and the Goats, the originals, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Zeo Turbo, In Space, Lost Galaxy, all that good stuff. So definitely love me some Power Rangers, and I won't be getting any more though, other than maybe that Playmates Megazord if I see it on sale when they inevitably stop selling new figures because it's selling poorly. And then we're starting at the top of the Star Wars shelf. We've got a Snow Speeder, we've got a Dewback with a Tusken Raider and a Stormtrooper, we've got Rey's Speeder, and then we've got the Scout Bike or Scout Speeder from The Mandalorian, and then we got Empis Nest's bike up there. My Return of the Jedi shelf, of course, we've got our Jabba's Palace scene set up, and then it goes over to the throne room fight, and then we've got Endor in the back, so almost pretty much complete. They've done almost every character we need from Return of the Jedi, I would say. And then here is my The Mandalorian shelf, so, we've got all the characters you would want from everyone's favorite Disney Plus Star Wars show, including the Glavis Ringworld Mando, front and center. We got some Ahsoka stuff. I got rid of all my Solo and Rogue One stuff. That's not on the shelf anymore. So all the stuff back there is troopers, like Death Troopers, Scout Troopers, Shore Troopers, all stuff that shows up in The Mandalorian. So we got some droids up front. And then, of course, the best movie is Empire. So on the left side of the shelf is Empire Strikes Back. All the bounty hunters, except for IG-11, I believe. We got Hoth. And we got, you know, inside the Space Worm, we got the Mynock with Chewie. And then Han and Leia back there. Dagobah, Luke, all the way up to the Bespin duel. And then we've got A New Hope in the back. Waiting for my new Han and Chewie. I already got the new Han and Luke. So yeah, that is my OT stuff already taken care of. And then we've got the prequels, which is episode 1 and episode 2, going into the Clone Wars over here in the middle, which I love that show. It's a great show. Season 7, leading into Revenge of the Sith with like Grievous and the Jedi and all that stuff. Can't wait to get the single release of that Obi-Wan and Anakin SDC 2-pack, because there's no way I can get the exclusive. I'm sure it'll go off sale on Hasbro immediately as soon as it goes up. Then a shelf I cleared out a lot of recently. We've got the sequel trilogy. Not going to spend much time here. We've got all the main characters and some troopers and a bunch of porgs. And yeah, that's really all I'm going to say about this shelf over here. Really quick, here's some of the Transformers stuff. It's mostly my girlfriend's, but Hot Rod and RC are mine. And she's got Bumblebee and her Optimus is somewhere, and we've got Starscream. I'm going to put Starscream on this shelf. Starscream! We got some Mezco stuff. We got Spider-Man, Morbius, shout out Figure Fight Club, and Green Goblin back there. So Spider-Man's dealing with some stuff, obviously. We've got Mezco Mask, Mezco Indiana Jones, Mezco Ghostface and Xenomorph, Mafex Hush Batman, Haya Judge Dredd, and then Bro Toys Kratos over there. And we got what's left of DC stuff. I should probably put Batman down here, but we've got some Harleys. We got Terry McGinnis McFarlane Batman. We've got the boys, SH Figure Arts Indie, Ultraman, Boss Fight Red Sonja, Loose Collector, Vampirella, and then there's, can't really see him, but there's some Cosmic Legions back there in the shadows. Really bad lighting, sorry. Then we've got what's left of my NECA stuff, Back to the Future. We got some Aliens, Gizmo, Chucky stuff, Predator, Get to the Chopper, Halloween, Michael Myers and Laurie, Ash Williams from Evil Dead, Terminator, and in the back we've got Jason and Freddy. 2 Jasons and a Freddy to be exact. So yeah, not too much on here anymore. I recently got rid of a lot of it. And then down here we've got my gaming stuff. We got some Spin Master stuff up front. Jada Toys, Cyberpunk, who they just released Rebecca. So I may actually get rid of Gun Girl Rebecca because she's got loose ankles, and just be happy with the Jada Rebecca because she looks great. We got NECA Nathan Drake, Jazzwares Master Chief, a NECA Shell from Portal, and then we've got the Storm Collectibles gear stuff up front, and then the rest of this Gears of War stuff is from NECA. So yeah, that's this whole shelf. So as you can see, I have a lot of stuff, Frankie. And now we come to my pride and joy, the creme de la creme of my collection. In fact, it's where I film my videos, is in this room, because it's where all my cool stuff is. So at the top, we've got our, what is it called? Midnight Suns. We've got some West Coast event. Well, we got Moon Knight over there, and then kind of supernatural stuff, you know, Brother Voodoo, Midnight Sun stuff, and then Wolverine, Deadpool, leading into the Avengers, because they've all been part of the Avengers at some point. We've got some S.H.I.E.L.D. agents back there, bunch of different Hulk, She-Hulk, Incredible Hulk, Totally Awesome Hulk, Doctor Strange. Then we come over to West Coast Avengers on this side, kind of in the back, Fantastic Four, all that good stuff. So definitely the thing I put the most work into is Marvel Legends, because I love Marvel stuff, if you can't tell. And my favorite of Marvel is Spider-Man. So of course we've got a Spider-Verse shelf with everyone and their mom. I do need that Man-Wolf from the Magic the Gathering set. I want the cards as well, so I'm definitely getting all of those. But some of the figures I may get rid of, like Iron Spider Mary Jane, I don't need that. Custom Ultimate Spider-Man next to Miles there. Superior, lots of villains. Green Goblin, holding Gwen Stacy because he's about to drop her. So yeah, we got lots of Spider-Man stuff, and I will always be getting more Spider-Man stuff. And then down here we have the X-Men shelf, so always adding and swapping on here. Can't wait to replace this Wolverine with the 2-pack NBC Wolverine. I hate that VHS or 97 Wolverine. His skin tone is terrible, and he has no painted arm hair, so there's my current Psylocke. I need the new one. I need her. Please, someone, help me. Help me get Psylocke. Everything else will go on hold if someone says they have a Psylocke for me. I'll get that ASAP. But yeah, some Savage Land over there. I need Shauna, and I need that Rogue to put the head sculpt on this Rogue. I think it would look really good on her. But yeah, that's my X-Men shelf. And then we have Galactus over here. Sorry, I gotta move. I have to keep my bottom shelf covered because one of my cats decided it was territory and started marking it, so that's terrible. I'll have to censor that. Silver Surfer, Firelord, Marvel Universe, Galactus, and then we've got the rest of the villains down here. So yeah, we got Dark Avengers, Illuminati, just villains in general out the wazoo. And Mephisto's coming now, and we've got some demons and stuff over there, so we've also got Twix making a bunch of noise. Hi, Twix. Coming up on the end of the line, we got some older stuff here. We've got my non-custom action figure Sam and Dean next to this Impala because I actually scale with it. A couple of statues. And then we've got my Toy Biz Lord of the Rings stuff, which is really dusty. I'm sorry. I keep saying I'm going to dust it, but I haven't gotten around to making the video yet that I want to yet, so I haven't done it. We got Treebeard back there. And all of my Toy Biz stuff from when I was a kid. Just still in pretty decent shape mostly, and some of it I did rebuy because my grandma made me get rid of all my toys at one point, so some of it is replaced, some of it is old, but they all are in pretty good shape. Ouch, I just knocked something over. And then we've got the Avengers Endgame shelf, which I think my MCU collection is pretty complete, other than maybe a Doctor Doom from Secret Wars or some other new characters here or there. I don't even see myself getting the Fantastic Four figures because I want to see the movie, but there's just no room. The Endgame shelf is complete. We've got everyone you would need up here, you know? So, like, no room on that one. And then going down, another jam-packed MCU shelf. All my excess that don't go on the Endgame shelf, but almost everyone is represented here. You know, we got Moon Knight, Khonshu, Hela in the back. Shout out to Hela in the back. Sorry. But yeah, MCU shelf. Going down to Spider-Man MCU shelf. It's really dark, I'm sorry. But we've got, you know, Homecoming to Far From Home with Molten Man. Really, really hard to see. I'm sorry. I need better lighting. I mean, this is just a shelf in the corner. So we got Venom and Carnage in the middle. And then we go into No Way Home with all the villains and all that good stuff. I really love the MCU Spider-Man movies. I think they're great. So that shelf is complete, thanks to Lizard and Electro this year. Then we got our Fox X-Men stuff, Colossus, Cable, Domino from Deadpool 2, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Headpool, Logan and Charles, Wolverine, Charles, Magneto, Mystique. Not really too much on the shelf because they haven't given us much in the way of Fox X-Men movies, so this is what I got. And then we've got my Weeb shelf. We've got the SH Figuarts anime stuff, mostly Dragon Ball, but there is Ranma 1/2, which is my favorite anime manga. As you can see, we've got all the volumes on the shelf. So that's all Ranma 1/2, except for the Dragon Ball Z stuff, obviously. But Ranma 1/2 is complete. I still need to finish reading it, though. Yusuke, which I do need to get, younger Toguro, Chainsaw Man, Power, Sailor Moon, Kenshin, Detective Conan, lots of good stuff. And this is the end, just my random shelf of stuff. We got some Kingdom Hearts, Inuyasha, some more statues, some fun. The only Funko Pops I have left are Rick and Morty. And then we got some Funko Rick and Morty figures up front, and old Burger King Scooby-Doo, so you know I can't wait for the Jada stuff. We got Dawson, Inuyasha, Kenshin, and Yusuke. And then we've got the really old Dragon Ball Z, Vegito and Gogeta. And then we've got some older Yu Yu Hakusho figures and more manga and Super Nintendo games and some books and stuff. But yeah, that is my collection update for... Only because Ayo Frankie asked. I wouldn't have done it until the end of the year, beginning of next year. But because Frankie asked, ask and ye shall receive. Oh, and there's more games. There's like GameCube and Wii and original Xbox and all that stuff. So, and more books. More books, because I have read in the past. Alright, y'all. I love y'all. Like, subscribe, become a member, comment, let me know what you think. How your day is going, just say hey. If you're protesting, stay safe, be brave, keep your head up, be kind to your local LGBTQ community. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Rouse video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it.
It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think they saw some videos and there's some really good contents out there, you know?
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.